What up, Super Fun Force? It's Captain Gamester, and today I just got my package for the Random Booster BX-14 Beyblade X. Threw the packages on the floor, cracked open 4 of them, and I'm just gonna leave the 2 left here to unbox for you guys, just so the video is a little bit shorter. But I still want to share my quick thoughts. First of all, I want to say I'm really enjoying Beyblade X. It's super fun. I still like Beyblade Burst better. Namely DB and GT, especially when you play them on the DB Standard Dynamite Base Stadium. Stay tuned for some future videos that show more about the rules of how I play for tournaments and casual. And of course, I'm going to keep doing videos playing and showing off cool combinations for those series. Now, back to Beyblade X, though it is, super fast, super fun, definitely more biased to attack. Doesn't mean you can't make, defensive stamina bays, because people are still doing that. But, what makes this set special is, of course, the X gear, as you see here. Kabam! And I'm excited about this one because I think Shark Edge looks awesome. As of this video, they just released 2 more. They released, I think it was Venom Fang, and there's also like the Lion Claw. Those look pretty cool. I'm going to hold off, though, because they don't seem too special in my opinion. But we'll see what their layers are actually, or their blades are really like. Because they both just kind of have rounded, even blades, kind of how Night Shield and Night Lance is, or are. But I think they're pretty close to Night Lance, because I know the shield, though, there is one flaw to this, as I said in my other video. And as you can see with this triangular point right there, they actually made it unbalanced. So that's the weakness right now to Night Shield. So I'm still figuring out what the best combo and the best way to play this. It's played as a defense, so I don't know if they purposely gave it the unbalanced so that way it doesn't have as good stamina. But that's the case where it is right now. Oh, let me open my window really quick. Get more light. Cool, we're in business. So either way, this is still fun because I do like the colors here. It's nice to have a little bit of a collection of some of the blades, because, even as a backup, because the ones that I'm going to primarily play with, I'm sure we're going to get beat up over time, and will probably need to be replaced even more so than like the Dynamite Battle and GT plastic base, because that's still even though the plastic is weaker than metal, it's still plastic on plastic contact. This is metal on metal contact, so a lot more damage is possible. And I've already had some breakages on my ratchets, because the problem with the ratchets, since they're plastic, is that they're trying to put some ratchet to blade contact. So obviously when that happens, you're going to be breaking ratchets really quickly. So I think moving forward, I think Beyblade X is not going to have too many gimmicks. I mean, again, the series is still young, so that could change, right? If you look back at Burst, starting in the very beginning, going into like the Chozetsu, and then seeing how it ended up in Burst, right? Changed in size, so many complex parts. It is like night and day almost, right? So you never know. I think, though, we still might be stuck on these simplistic bit drivers to some degree. Like, I don't think you're going to have like gimmicks that can wrap around this, but we'll see what Takara Tomy has in store. And just going back to what I was saying earlier, yeah, I think that the ratchet, if that doesn't change either, is going to be somewhat of an issue, because it's going to be plastic, and if they make metal ones, then then this kind of makes these ones useless. So, and again, we'll see what happens. But that being said, I think that the series is still super fun, and I'm enjoying it again. And let's go over each of these guys here. So I've already unboxed the Dranzer. Looks really nice, kind of like a white dragon. Kind of fades or gradients to black over there, like a gray to black. And I really like the white ratchet. So cool. And then, guys, we were just looking at the Night Shield, and then here we go, the Flaming Skull, as I like to call it. This emerald green, this neon green, is really, really clean. I'm a big fan of green in that sense. It does look a little bit weird here for the skull. Another reason why I call this Flaming Skull, it's kind of funny. Yeah, I don't like saying the word hell, even though I have to say it like twice, because I'm going to say it one more time. It's funny because in Japan, it kind of is harder for them to say, right? Because they don't really have a traditional H the way, English speakers do. And when I hear Japanese players pronounce the name of this Beyblade, it sounds so convoluted. It's like they say, Heruru Sasaito, which is a little bit like kind of like wonky, right? And even for English, having like the double S's in there is kind of weird. So for me, it looks better, you know, looks and sounds better as just, you know, Flaming Skull. Bam. So there it is. And again, that comes in green. Now, the prize of this random booster is none other than, well, bam, the Shark Edge. This is lovely, you know, with the purple, the blue, and even that kind of like sherbet pink in there, kind of metallic, which is great because, again, these bays compared to DB, you know, Burst and all that, they're very simple looking. Again, I like the fact that I predicted in my video a year ago that instead of doing the mythological stuff, they're just going back to like dragon, shark, you know, knight, like wizard. Like, that's awesome. I'm super on board with that. But as I was saying here, there's very limited they can do with like the looks of it, right? Because they're all going to be silver because they're metal, right? Going back to metal fight, that's fine, right? And they can only really change the color inside there, a little bit of this plastic underneath, and then of course the little the centerpiece, which you cannot change anymore, right? At least in the metal fight, you could unscrew that and change that cap piece. I thought that was cool. So here, one thing I saw is that for like the Dran Sword, they did a special and they gave you a replacement sticker. Not even a replacement, but they just gave you a sticker to put on top. So it's almost like, well, that's kind of like, eh. I mean, I like that, you know, I guess, well, maybe a lot of people like the fact that since it looks simple, you don't have to put stickers on it, and that's cheaper for Takara Tomy, but it feels cheap to just throw a sticker on here to try to, like, you know, reskin it, literally, I guess. But then that also just means that, like, you know what, maybe I'll just find custom stickers and cover up, like, Flaming Skull. Because, you know, it's like whatever. It's like, it's kind of, this is a little bit too overdone. You see this everywhere, like a skull, whatever. So, you know, maybe I'll just cover this up and do my own custom, you know. That might be kind of fun. But going back to this guy, this is, like, interesting because, you know, the shark motif with the fin, but it's like this wicked-looking dagger spike. And it's kind of advertised as being like a right spin Longinus from Burst, right? Where it tries to do the upper attack, but it doesn't quite slant the way it will do an upper attack. Now, it comes with low flat, and it comes with the 60 ratchet in terms of height. But what's interesting is, like, even if it goes lower, right, the way they try to advertise it. So let's look at the package, by the way, too. They show it here. It's all covered up, but you guys can also look on the website. It's hitting the ratchet or underneath the blade of the opponent. So what they're saying is, like, yeah, they wanted to do, you know, one of these like this because it's spinning to the right. So technically they want to come up like this, but it's not the typical, like, you know, like Longinus where it starts low and then swoops up. It's even, and that's fine. But yeah, I think it's great to use this maybe more at an angle, right? Like it even shows in the image to try to get this like upper attack. Just being low like this doesn't mean it's going to necessarily do the upper attack, especially if your opponent uses like a 60 or something, because it's just still going to hit. You're probably still going to just hit more like sideways like this. See, it's going to probably hit from the top and tilt this over because it curves that way, see? So you kind of have to launch. That's the thing I think you might want to do is you can use, you know, like ball, even taper, needle, and you can launch this at more of an old school like bank shot like you would do in Burst, but, you know, that angle maybe let it actually strike the other base. That's my theory anyways, and that's probably how I'll try to build it and play with it. So there's that. Looks great. The other thing is, you know, now they're going to give us a 50 ratchet. So my one critique too with the series is, unless I'm wrong, guys, let me know, there's no way to tell what you have. You look at it and you're like, okay, I know this is a 3 ratchet, but then you're like, is this a, you know, 50 or a 60 or a 40? Now, right now, right, we can tell, or, you know, yeah, we can tell between a 60 and 80 because if it's flat like this, like it's flush, then you know it's a 60. And then if you have that little lip right there, then you know it's an 80. But I'm wondering then if the 50 has a little bit of a lip, then how are you going to tell apart, like, you know, well, I guess you have to look closely, and the lip would probably be minor. But, you know, my only gripe is they should have just stamped it on here somewhere. They should have just at least stamped on like 60, you know, 80. And then that would have made it a lot, you know, smoother, especially if they do a lot more, like if they do, you know, I don't know, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Who knows how many they're going to do, but it would still make it more convenient, I guess. All right, let's open up the last two guys. But yeah, super excited, super thankful. I got the prize one, and then of course we're gonna still get the yellow one. And you know, like most bladers, I'm probably just going to start battling with the yellow one. And again, I'm not really trying to perfect collection all of the Beyblade X's. Just the ones that I really, really like in terms of having a few in backup. All right, opening the last ones here, guys. Be really interesting to see. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about the new ones that are being announced. Oh, here it is, super nice. I'll get to that. Just let me cover this really quick. But yeah, so this is the one I'm going to battle with. Like I said, this is the prize one, so I'll probably just keep something like this mint. You know, no telling how long it'll take for them to release this separately, or if they will, and if they do, it'll be in a different colorway. But yeah, I'm not going to like try to perfect collection everything. And like I was going to say, you know, they announced a new like Venom Fang or something, and the Leo Claw, Lion Claw. I think Lion looks cool, but from what I've seen initially, they don't look too special yet. They look like they're just even, kind of like, you know, Flaming Skull, or maybe more of like the Night Lance. So we'll see how that works when we find out more details. And I think they're still both right spin as well. Okay, this looks really cool. And this actually, oh, see, it's interesting. They give us this with needle, which is what I would prefer to try it with first. And then they gave us also, but yeah, see, and then they give you a 80 on this, an 80 height. So they actually gave you two options. They gave you the low, like the 60 on the low flat for the lowest possible. And then now they gave you not the highest possible, but they gave you the 80 with needle. And of course, you upgrade to high needle, then you can go at the highest. But still, nevertheless, looks pretty cool. Definitely be battling with the yellowish one. I guess a lot of mine are turning yellow. I actually like yellow though. It was a really rare color in the Burst series. I have like 1 or 2 Hasbros. I know I have the master layer in yellow, and it just looks fantastic. So I keep that one. But yeah, there you guys go. I guess I'll be battling this one just because this one again is the prize one, and I really like that purple with that, like, again, kind of like sherry sherbet metallic pink, and then even the blue. So that's one of the most, you know, varied color combinations so far. There you guys go. Those are all of them, and then stay tuned. I'll be doing more videos to battle them and stuff, and show them updated combos. You know, I'll put some together just for style looks, even though it's, you know, kind of limited. But I'll do my own kind of variations. But I'm excited to see what else happens for Beyblade X. Again, for the rest of this year, we're getting another recolored Stadium, and I think Dranzer and Wizard Arrow. And then we have a random booster for just the Venom Fang. So you get only 3. You get Venom Fang no matter what, but in 3 different colors. And then you get also the Leo Claw, which is going to be its starter set. And also that one has a nice white launcher. So I'll have to double check. I'm pretty sure it's a right spin though. But there you go. I think, at least initially, I think maybe for the first year or so, they're going to keep things pretty simple. It looks like they're going to give you a lot of color combinations, or, you know, give us a lot of color combinations, because again, you know, just the metal will get damaged, and ratchets are going to get pretty destroyed, I will say. You know, after getting hit over and over by metal, you know, the ratchet will be the one that will really break right away, or not right away, but will need to be replaced if it breaks right away. These ones will, you know, the metal blades will be a little bit more durable, but they'll still show damage pretty soon, or pretty quickly. So anyways, there you guys go. Happy blading. Thanks for hanging out. Let me know what you think of Beyblade X, and don't worry, I'll be doing a lot of Beyblade Burst still, of course, with you know, GT all the way up to DB, because it's my favorite series. And I'll be doing some more updated videos on, like, you know, rules for playing, you know, tournaments and casuals on the standard DB base stadium, and then of course on Beyblade X. All right, guys, so don't forget, keep it face safe, pray, spread that love, be positive, be thankful. I'll be coming back at you. Peace.